So, my dear young scholars, these are the aspects. Some other aspects are also important. Who are the neighbors, neighboring countries? If the neighboring country is tolerant, democrat, and friendly, definitely it will lessen the budgetary expenditure of defense and helps the economic development or boost. On the other hand, if your neighbor is hostile and friendly, then problem is there. For instance, you see, India and Pakistan, these are two neighboring countries, and their political history is also similar, and their cultural connection is also sound. Still, because of the religious diversity and their political what's called animosity, they are hostiles among each other. This is why a huge budgetary allocation in the form of defense expenses have to be what's called considered by these two countries in their India's western bordering area and Pakistan's eastern border. And since we have got today, now at least for some few decades, hostility between India and Bangladesh is lesser. As a result, we can save this huge budgetary expenditure in what's called defense sector. So these are the important aspects in the study of political geography. And first, we'll highlight the state. Nowadays, states are always, in the older ages, even in the historical antiquity, statehood was and still it is existent as the basic unit of the divisions of the global nations. And state appears with its few characteristics or nature. If one region wants to be a state or claims to be a state, it has to exhibit some nature or characteristics. What are these? The state must occupy some territory, first territory. It must have or possess some territory, area, location. Then it must possess some what's called boundary, outline of boundary. Then it must possess population, sizable population. Without population, a country can't stand. Then it must have its own government, political system. So you see, area, boundary, population, then government and political system. Fifth comes economy. It must possess a sound economic system, which is production, distribution of resources and consumption situation, etc., budgetary allocation, because these aspects help the boost of development. Otherwise, the state will gradually decay and die out. So this is why economy is another aspect. And if you examine these aspects, boundary, population, area, then economy, political system management, governance, you'll find or you will understand whether the country is stronger or weaker. Because these aspects simply give a state a true characteristic of a country, statehood, etc. Other aspects are also there, and in the course of our study, we'll gradually discuss with these aspects. Among these, the noteworthy one is the capital. Without capital, we can't think of any country. This is the center of its political activities and sometimes economic activities, cultural activities. These are also centered around the capital city. So capital is also an important aspect of a state. The location of the capital is also a factor. It weakens or strengthens a country. I'm giving you the example. Since our capital, Dhaka city, is centrally located, so it can serve all the countries towards north, south, east, and west, everywhere, almost the same distance. As a result, all the people can easily avail the facilities of a central city or capital easily. Not only that, if the capital is connected with other areas by road, railway, air, and waterways, it simply adds to the strength of that country. Our Dhaka is such a city which is connected with other parts of the country with what's called land, air, water, in all the ways. And this is a very ideal location, centrally located, well connected, and well developed. This is why Dhaka is developing very faster. And our around 1/6 or 1/7 of the total population is located in and around the city, So this is why it is a popular city as well. Today, around 200 million plus minus are dwelling in Dhaka city. Our defense headquarters, economic headquarters, commerce and trade headquarters, health headquarters, educational facilities, including the premier university, your university, Dhaka University, Jahangirnagar University, and BUET, Engineering University, and numerous newly established private universities, medical colleges and colleges, academic institutes are located in and around Dhaka city. And not only that, health facilities are also what's called mainly zoomed or concentrated in our capital. As a result, Dhaka city has gained its importance of an ideal capital city. If we examine the location of other cities, you see, Pakistan's capital is in Islamabad, which is only a few kilometers away from Indian border, disputed Kashmir region. So it is vulnerable. Anytime India can attack and even capture. That is impossible because of the deterrence of nuclear weapons. Deterrence. India will not dare to attack Pakistan, or Pakistan will dare to attack India because of the possession of nuclear weapons, bombs by these two countries. Otherwise, the capital Islamabad is very nearer to Pakistan. Delhi is also not centrally located. The capital of India, Delhi, is located to the northwest of India, far away from Deccan Peninsula, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and the other Tamil states, Kerala, and what's called South Indian states. As a result, the services, connectivity, and cultural acculturation assimilation with the main land India, that is North India, with these remote states like South Indian states and Northeast Indian states become what's called rather tough. So this is not an ideal. If Nagpur was chosen for the capital, it would have been a rather central location, Nagpur plateau in central India. So it could serve all the parts equally and in a balanced equilibrium way. Thus, if we examine the location of Moscow, the capital of Russia, it is located in European part of Russia, far to the far west of Russia. Russia is the largest state of the world, covering around more than 100 or 200, around 200 Bangladesh. Such a big country is Russia, but most of the population is concentrated towards the west, around Moscow. And vast Siberian region or northern and southeastern Russia is almost barren with only a few million people, inhabited by few million people. As a result, the country has become weaker. Due to the lack of population and this uneven distribution, Russia has become a bit weaker. And this is why only a few decades back, in 1990 or 89, the huge United Soviet Socialist Republic was disintegrated and fragmented. In spite of having its 27,000 nuclear weapons and stalwart capacity, the communist USSR was disintegrated and fragmented into several parts. New countries like Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Armenia, Lithuania, Estonia, Latvia, and so on, Moldova, Belarus. These countries became independent and separated from the erstwhile Russian big empire or the United Soviet Socialist Republic. And this exhibits the weakness, geopolitical weakness or political weakness of a country. So, in spite of having its territorial expansion and technological development, we see because of its different problems, political systems problem, distribution problems, and problems of bureaucracy, problems of what's called political philosophy, military strength and technology could not help its integration. Rather, it turned into fragmented. And its geopolitical or geographical expansion was considered as one of the problems. So, centrally location of its capital is a vital problem to strengthen a country or weaken a country. Then comes the boundary.
Sir, sorry for interrupting, sir. Sir, I have a question.
Welcome.
Sir, আপনি ক্যাপিটাল প্রত্যেকটা দেশের ক্যাপিটাল কে সেন্ট্রালাইজড লোকেশনের কথা বলতেছেন, তাহলে স্যার
it is an ideal.
Ideal, yes.
I'm telling that if it is located in a central place, it simply strengthens the country.
জি স্যার, আমার প্রশ্নটা হচ্ছে স্যার যে বিশ্ব মোড়ল যেসব দেশ, মানে একদম প্রথম সারির যেসব দেশ, দুনিয়ার তাবৎ শক্তিধর বলা যায়, পরমাণু শক্তিধর দেশগুলো, যেমন স্যার আমরা যদি যুক্তরাষ্ট্রের কথা বলি, যুক্তরাষ্ট্রের স্যার রাজধানী হচ্ছে ওয়াশিংটন ডিসি। এটা স্যার তার একদম ইস্টার্ন পার্টে অবস্থিত। তারপর স্যার কানাডার কথা আমরা বলতে পারি, কানাডার রাজধানী হচ্ছে অটোয়া। অটোয়াও স্যার সাউথ ইস্টার্ন পার্টে, একদম একটা পৃথিবীর দ্বিতীয় বৃহত্তম দেশের রাজধানী হচ্ছে সাউথ ইস্টার্ন পার্টে। স্যার অস্ট্রেলিয়ার কথা বলতে পারি, অস্ট্রেলিয়ার রাজধানী হচ্ছে স্যার ক্যানবেরা। ক্যানবেরাটাও একদম সাউদার্ন পার্টে দেশটা, বিশাল দেশে স্যার। তো স্যার এরকম প্যাটার্ন কেন যে স্যার বিশ্ব মোড়ল দেশগুলোর মধ্যে স্যার?
তুমি at least you can follow my deliberation. I must congratulate you. Thank you very much. এটা লগি যেসব দেশগুলো যে নাম বলেছে সবগুলো টেকনোলজিক্যালি, ইকোনমিক্যালি and militarily they are very much stronger. Militarily, technologically, economically. Number one. Number two, racially or ethnically, these countries are almost homogeneous. For instance, you see, almost all, say 80% of the USA population and 90% of Canadian population and population of Germany or all belong to the white, that is Caucasian racially, number one. Their population composition is on the basis of religion. All are Christians, almost all, 90%. You understand, or 85%. Then comes, you are telling the Washington DC is located to the eastern part of. Definitely it is located to the eastern part. But you see, beyond that, there is a vast sea. Sea has given the security to the capital as well as the country. Near its border, eastern border, there is no country, Atlantic Ocean. You understand? You got the answer. Then comes the question of Canada. Canada's Ottawa is located in the state of Ontario or Montreal. And it is also located a bit northern, to the north of Ontario, east of Ontario and northwest of Montreal. And the country is vast. The location is thousands of miles away from American border. And both America and Canada are very good friends, composing of the same people. All are Christians, all are white people. You understand? Both are industrially developed. So who will fight whom? They are the same. They bear the same political philosophy. In the case of Australia, its Canberra is located a bit to the west of Sydney. And the whole country is surrounded by oceans. Indian Ocean to the west, to the north Pacific, southern Pacific, and to the south, Antarctic Ocean. So the country is surrounded. Its nearest neighbor is New Zealand to the east. And the population both are Britishers, ex-Britishers. This should be united into a single country. This is why they have formed ANZUS, Australia, New Zealand bloc, common bloc. And to the north of Australia, which is far away from its capital, far away to the north, the vast Mongoloid-based population, Indonesia, and East Timor. And their religion is a bit, accepting the East Timor, Muslims. So they've got their rivalry. But here you see the distance, and the country is single country, surrounded by river, ocean, like USA capital. So these have given, so you have to examine. You are asking the question, I think you got the answer.
Yes, sir. So, I got the answer.
So the location of capital, if it is located centrally, it is important. I'm giving you an example. You see,